Cheer.
1 2 1 2. We are back with the podcast. DJ Jerome Baker the third. I am here. Shout out to my guy, always available. Hashtag Streetwear Eddie.
What up? What up?
And Don't Charge Abdul, aka
ESA.
SA.
AKA SA.
aka SA. Shout
Oh
out to everybody
man.
who checked in and listened to our last episode. It was quite the banger. The streets were just streets showed a lot of love on that one, man. So excuse me. We
And we
appreciate
were
everybody
just
who
being
tuned in.
silly. We don't mean nothing to our
Good
to our
conversation.
to our
It's good
brethren them.
conversation, man. Do remember to check out What's a Podcast.live for our previous episodes. And shout out to everybody on YouTube.com/What's a Podcast who watches
Word.
the podcast. And a lot of people watch it. Big Ostroff told me he watches it. Our guy Matthias watches it. D Coke, I believe he watches it. So,
Yes,
you know what
sir.
Our
I'm
guy,
saying?
beautiful mind. We just,
Beautiful mind
you
in
know
the
what I'm
comments.
saying?
You know what I'm saying?
We had a little.
So,
We found out he's a gentleman, and
he's not Rome Streets, the rapper.
he's not they.
He's
He's
not.
not a she. He's a he. And shout
Word.
out to him, man. And we appreciate the support. We appreciate the love. And as always, you know what I'm saying. Thank you, bro.
Yeah, no doubt. So Washington D.C. Whether you're ready for it or not, man, the deep fall
Psh,
weather is
You already
here.
said weather. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah, the deep fall weather is here. I'm not gonna call it winter per se, but the deep fall.
I don't think we're gonna
Uh,
have any more 70, 80-degree days.
I think there's
Nah,
one
it's a,
70-degree day left.
really. Oh,
Yeah,
what
next week.
shorts?
It's like 74, but it'll
Nah,
be
I'm gonna put on.
74 for two
full on
hours.
colonizer,
I'm going. I'm gonna have a wife beat on just to
short,
celebrate.
shorts and flip flops.
We gotta
Yeah,
call
all
it. We gotta
day.
call it. We gotta call it a tank top. We're being politically
Oh shit,
correct.
that's
You
right.
know what
You
I'm
can no
saying?
longer call it that. Actually,
Well,
yeah, I'm not a big tank top person anyway, but for
same.
74-degree weather in the middle of fall, I might do it. You know what I mean? I got an old polo joint somewhere.
That's big
Uh,
colonizer energy, though.
a polo tank top? Nah.
Nah, like wearing a tank top
Oh
in
yeah,
70
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
like you
for
know what I
sure,
mean.
for sure. I'm joking. I'll never do it anyway.
But yeah, I mean, obviously, if you're in the DC area, these temperatures have dropped. I
Yeah.
want to say the last 2 days I've taken Bella to school, it's been in the low 40s, low
Yeah,
to
you
mid
wearing you
40s.
wearing jackets.
Nah, it's
Hoodie
frigid
and
out here.
jacket, hoodie
Yeah.
and jacket.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's frigid.
yeah. And you got to tell these damn kids, man. They don't like wearing jackets. They don't like wearing sweatshirts. And I'm like, fam, you just asking to get sick. Come on.
Well, the kids truly, I mean, we all are like children of like the Gap hoodie in like the mid to late 90s, and that
Hmm.
was like one of the first staple hoodies you saw everywhere, right? Now these kids just want to wear a hoodie all year long. Like they don't want to wear anything in the summer, they wear a
Yeah,
hoodie.
yeah,
It's
that's true.
40 degrees outside, they just want to wear a hoodie. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like um
I don't have kids. I don't know.
it's the
Oh, you
most
can see it though. You
it's
go
a
outside
crazy
and all the
trend.
young kids like, look at our guy Noah who works at the shop, newest kid on the block. He's a big hoodie kid. You know what I'm saying? With shorts on, even when it's hot outside.
Hoodie with shorts.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
got hoodie on with basketball shorts.
Okay.
So it's just one of them situations where the changing of the fashion guard, I guess you could call it, but also like even my Bella, who I love to death, was slick today. I sent her to school in a jacket and a hoodie, and as her school's walking back from the metro, excuse me, her mother drives past her, and what's Bella wearing? Just the hoodie. You know what I'm saying? And
She
like
put the jacket in a backpack.
she left the jacket at the school before they even went, and was
Oh.
on some like I
Yeah,
just want to
I don't
like
even feel like carrying that home.
yeah, exactly.
Mm,
I just don't want to carry it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Yeah.
it is what it is.
mm.
My child is still perfect, so no worries.
There we go.
Um, but obviously the weather's here.
What's up with y'all, man?
This
What's
time
up?
of the year is always very Howard. It's homecomings
Oh,
across
it's
the
Howard
land.
Homecoming weekend,
This
isn't it?
weekend.
Ooh,
That's
it's
right. It's going
Howard.
down.
It's Howard. It's Hampton. It's UMD. I think somebody told me it's Bowie. There's a total of 8 homecomings this
And if
particular
you
weekend.
look across the spectrum, it's Morehouse, it's Spelman,
Right, that's what it says. Eight. There's
Atlanta. You know
eight
what I'm
total.
saying?
Yeah,
It's
yeah. So
popping.
which is just one, it gets in the way of the bag. Two, I haven't heard of anything super duper crazy. But
The
it's gonna
Big
be a
Chief.
lot of activity. Yeah, Big Cheese on Saturday.
We're gonna be
Um,
there.
I'm
I'm
DJing. I
pulling
didn't
up
even know I was
that.
DJing. I thought it was a Howard only thing. Next thing you know, I see my name on the flyer.
Boom.
It's all
Wait, you
good.
thought it was a Howard only thing? What does that mean?
Like
Like it's a
Howard DJs.
Howard DJs.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
that's what
So
y'all were gonna do was pick out some DJs from
that
some
was the
college
initial the
DJs.
initial goal
Oh,
was
that's
all,
that's a dope concept actually.
Couldn't
Put some
find
but
any.
money, huh?
What
I think
happened with that? Couldn't find
I
any.
think we found two.
Are they playing?
Yeah, they're
Okay,
playing.
word.
I
But
mean,
I
yeah,
think
but it's college kids. You already have a brand. It could go well and all. I like it in a concept. I just don't know how feasible it is because y- the big cheese or grilled cheese social historically has had amazing DJs, right? And now if you put a anywhere between an 18 to a 22-year-old to come and spin at a party that everybody goes to knowing they're gonna have an amazing DJ in like a Jerome or a Spencer Tracy or a Matthias. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all motherfuckers are known in the city and even outside the city to have play like good parties and play good music. And if they come in and they come and it's a young kid who's maybe a little bit not as seasoned as you all are, it could potentially hurt. But I think if you with the right, like if motherfuckers know that that's who's gonna play, then it's a dope little thing. And I like the fact that you're giving
You let them play early.
these young gentlemen or even females the shine to play at a big party like the Big Cheese. You know what I'm saying? I think
I
that's
mean
dope.
I think that the number one thing is when you get your shot, you get your shot.
Yeah.
And if you let who's on the bill intimidate you, that's your own fault. You know what I'm saying? And I say that respectfully only because I was never given and have never been given grace to fail. It's always been like, yo, Rome, you got to come in and kill it. And as a young DJ, I had to come in and kill it. Even today, I can't afford to have off nights. It's just not part of
Well,
who I
you're now
am
a
and what I
seasoned
do.
veteran in this
Yeah,
game.
but even when I was playing a Napoleon on Saturday nights, like you had to figure the equipment out. You got to figure this out. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
I agree with you 100% with the lineups we've had in the past over the past 12 years of parties. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And now it's even more difficult because there's less
Yeah, I mean, you just
DJs.
can't have anybody come in here and fuck
There's a
it
lot
up.
of it, and there's
You
a
know what I'm
lot of
saying?
anybody's out here now too. There's a lot
There's
of DJs who are just starting or started over the pandemic and feel like they should be getting these opportunities, and then when you put them on, it's like
it could be the DJ from that French embassy party. I think we killed him a few episodes ago.
I
I
think
hope
I
you're
think
good, my dude.
And we found out who it was.
finding out who it was, I
From
was
one
like,
of our
oh
our our
man,
our, uh,
One of
our,
our
our friends
listeners.
and listeners. Yeah, shout out
y'all
to
should
him.
have
We're not going to give you too many more
No,
y'all
details.
should have
because he's
hit
actually friends with the dude.
No doubt.
y'all should have hit me that night because when I knew who he was, I was like, oh yeah, I could have guaranteed that he's terrible. Like
Yeah,
with all due respect,
with
Yeah,
respectfully, my guy.
respectfully for everything.
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I can't even speak on it too much because I've definitely
Mhm.
been in. Yeah, we'll just stop right there.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's all good.
it's all good.
We know who you
Episode,
are.
Yeah, but I'll be there. I'll be there on Saturday, man. I've always liked enjoyed
yeah, big cheese,
Big
and
Cheese
the
and
hours are different. So remember that too. The hours are two
yeah,
to eight because of the weather.
2 in the afternoon to 8 p.m.
Yeah,
yeah. It's a day
because
party. Really?
Okay.
yeah, because of the weather and because of the sun setting so early.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're trying to be cognizant of that.
Where's it at?
Um,
At the
Still out
Sandlot?
in Anacostia. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, for sure.
I'm be there. We already got a sitter lined up. Well, as soon as the kids' soccer games are done, the sitter's gonna come in, check in, and we're there.
You busting out the Howard Sixes?
Ooh,
Got to.
I went on campus yesterday, and
Looking
I
for a
remember.
jersey.
Nah, my man Astor Chambers was in town doing a panel for Beats. He's the head of like social initiatives and inclusion and diversity officer. He's pretty one of like the execs at Beats, um, which is owned by Apple, and he was in town for doing a panel for an initiative that they have going on with a whole bunch of HBCU students as well as former students. So some sort of like creative stuff, and he was here for that. So the panel was yesterday, and I was like, oh man, I'm free right now. I'm gonna go up there and go check him out and holler at him. So I went on campus. Man, I just couple of things. One, I felt weird being on campus, um, just because I felt like the weird old guy, like being there, right? And two,
Like dad.
like dad, or you know how
Who would?
back in the day we used to talk about like the old dudes at the club.
Yeah.
I kind of got that vibe a little bit, like
I mean,
not so much that, but yeah, it was just sort of like everything is so different, right? and
everybody's
and
so
the
young.
second thing I noticed is how commercialized homecoming is now. I mean, fam, they had like companies lined up with their trucks and giving out free samples, and you know doing things to like get kids excited. And I was like, yo, I this is not what homecoming was like for me. Like,
Nah.
you know what I'm saying? Like now apparently you got to get a ticket to get onto the yard for Yard Fest.
Wow.
Like what? I remember being there in as a young kid in '95, seeing Big walk around with
Yo,
Foxy
I
Brown.
used to skip school and go to Howard homecoming
Yeah,
during
I
this
used to
time.
skip. I used to not go to school. I used to
Yeah.
just go there
I
and
was in
hang
high
out. I'd be there
school and we would be up there.
all fucking
Yeah.
day,
Yeah.
and it was the best time of my life.
Yeah.
Um, and seeing everybody perform, Hove to Jay Z to DMX. Sorry, I just said Hove and Jay Z to DMX to Big performing, like
Everybody.
fam, everyone, and
Literally
it was
everybody.
just. But now it's really, I think, um companies have just tapped into like, yo, we
I
can
mean,
really make bread off of this, and tap it with a whole new set of kids that um nobody's talking about, or they've just been skipped. You know what I mean? With the young college going black and
smart.
brown kids. um
Smart.
it is smart, but I just don't like some of these companies that are there, because you're only just taking advantage of our kids. You know what I'm saying? You're only
Yeah.
there because it can affect your bottom line. So fuck you off of that. I would love to see more minority and black and brown owned businesses doing that. You know what I mean? I think that would be fire.
Yeah.
Maybe there should be some sort of rule, like we're only gonna let these vendors in. Like you gotta it's gotta be a black business. It's gotta be a majority minority owned or female owned
That'd be
business.
dope.
I think that would be fire. Like those are the folks that we should really be bigging up and giving all this exposure to.
For
Well,
sure.
I think these kids are smart. They're very smart about these businesses that are on campus. They got TikTok. They just got all sorts of information at their disposal, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I think the kids nowadays can make very informed choices, as long as they just don't get caught up in the hype of homecoming. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, there's going to be a Target booth or a whatever. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
because these kids have so much information at their disposal, I feel like they can make really intelligent choices so they don't get taken advantage of. You know what I'm saying? And just because you see a picture of Michael B. Jordan wearing a Howard hoodie or Drake wearing a Howard sweatshirt, that
Yeah.
does not mean that you need to buy an $80 pillow or something. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like so,
yeah.
um, shout out to all the homecoming man, my beloved Howard home. I mean, excuse me, Hampton
Oh, it came out.
homecoming. No, it didn't. My
I
beloved
mean, it did
Hampton,
come. It did come out, but
my beloved Hampton homecoming is this weekend. This is
and you'll
actually
be here celebrating Howard's homecoming.
I'll be here getting the Howard bag, because
Are you playing somewhere Friday night?
so thankfully I was actually able to avoid surgery.
Oh, word.
Went to the doctor.
Oh, that's dope.
You know what I'm saying? And my knee just has recovered a lot better than when, the past couple weeks y'all see me kind of hobbling around. So I'm actually just in a sleeve. So I had the
Mm,
whole brace back on with the crutches. Now I'm just in a sleeve, and the sleeve it won't allow my leg to bend. So it's just like I still got ice every day, heat every day, but the doctor was like, "Yo, it's responding a lot better. Swelling's gone down tremendously." So
What did you do to it? How'd you fuck it up?
I just took a
Just
bad step at
you just took that
Pierre's.
Oh, that's right. You
that
did
one
say that.
step, that one
Yeah, I just
step,
took a
Ah,
bad step,
the
damn.
step that's
and
not
Yeah.
there.
bro,
Yeah.
that thing swelled up in a matter of 3 minutes. I said, "Oh nah,
Mm.
this is done."
Ah,
So
damn it, man.
the new goal now is to push through
You still
and
gonna do that? 100. What is it? 75 days or something?
75 hard December 1st, hopefully. And then the goal is to push through to the beginning of March, and then March have surgery. So with the Lord's blessing, I'll be able to take care of all that. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to the Lord.
But shout out to the Lord. Shout out to Hampton University. If you're down there, it was my 20 year actually. So there would have
Wow.
been
Okay.
a lot of old faces, but
Abdul said, "Wow," and he's Jerome's the youngest one on the show.
Nah, I'm saying yes. Still 20 years. That's amazing.
I mean, I think homecoming has been forever changed with social media now, though.
Fam,
And
2002 does not feel that long ago. You
No
know what I'm
shit.
saying?
no,
Like,
I
but,
mean,
but when you say 20 years, I'm like, fuck. But then I'm like, 2002 feels like 3 years ago.
Yeah,
but I think a lot of the reasons
it was 3 years
why
ago.
20 years ago feels so relevant is because the music is still very relevant, right? Like
The
Dipset's
music
first
from
album,
2002, you're saying?
yeah, like
Yeah,
Dipset's
yeah,
first
yeah,
For
yeah.
album was around
sure.
that
Yeah.
time, and the music in 2022 really sucks compared to the music in 2002. So
The
you'll
people who are
consist,
popping in 2022 are artists from 2002.
yeah, for
You know what I'm
sure.
saying?
You know what
Like,
I'm
Yep.
saying?
think about who arguably has the best album of the year. Push. He
Yeah,
was 2001, 2002. Come on, Lord
I used to see
willing.
I
Come
used
on.
to see Pusha all the time,
Yep.
all the time,
Yeah,
literally all the time. You know what I
he's an
mean?
artist
So
from that time.
he's an artist from that time. He's an artist from that area.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So it's just a beautiful, and I think social media has forever changed homecomings. Like now,
Just life,
you
dog.
can log on to Facebook and see people you went to college with, and I feel like Facebook is for a different mind group of people. Like they're old minded. Like we could be the same age, but you have definitely retired into like chinos, boat shoes. Like you do really square things on the weekends. You're home by 5 on a Sunday, which is great if that's how you live your life.
Yeah.
But you might not use Instagram as much. You might have 13 posts in 9 years, right? But for me, I'm out here like playing little Dirk records to get paid, and it's like you gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So
Yeah.
yeah.
shout out to all the homecomings, man. If you're going to Atlanta, be safe. If you're going to 757, be safe. If you're in DC, I think they said it's Maryland as well. Somebody told me Bowie
Yeah.
State. So, um, episode 182 was a podcast um, prior to homecoming, which essentially kicks off tomorrow, really. We will be, well, when I say tomorrow, I mean Thursday. We're recording on Wednesday, but the What's a Podcast team, I don't, is Silent Tom coming as well, or we're not sure about that?
Silent Time is.
I think he's
He's
remained
he's
silent
I
on
think
that.
he's staying silent on this one.
he's
Yeah,
in the studio. He's in the studio. I
he's
heard some
he's.
more new Silent Tom
Oof, listen,
Sunday night.
I don't even know. Silent Time needs to come out and show the world what's happening, man.
I'm
Because
trying to tell him.
some of this
We're
shit
gonna get him on the show.
we should
But
get him on the podcast as a
Get him on
guest.
the podcast as a guest. Showcase your music.
on the
Silent
Pierre
Tom, for those
episode.
that don't know, is the creator actually of What's a Podcast, as well
Curator.
as creator, curator, super producer, super engineer of our podcast. And
He's the one that be putting them up all late.
yeah, if anytime it misses by 29 hours,
It's Tom, Silent Tom's fault.
yeah, Tom Lim 202, send him a message.
Super
So
producer Tom Lim.
we will
Yeah.
be, as a collective, along with our amazing friends, Ostroff and Oz,
Mm.
DJ Oz, excuse me. We will be attending the Pusha T concert Thursday night um, at the
With
Fillmore.
IDK opening.
Is IDK opening?
Yeah.
Oh man, okay. That's even less of the push. I don't know. We'll see. As long as doors open, what doors open? 7 or
8.
8?
The ticket says 8.
Okay. I'm gonna stay there as long as I can. I got a DJ at 12. We gonna make it work.
Oh, you would be out of there before 12.
Yeah.
They close early.
Yeah, they do
So
close early.
And we might be out of there by 10:30, ten
We might be.
45.
We might be. Yeah. So
Where are you DJing at afterwards?
right there, society. I
Oh, you
Oh,
just
just
you're
gotta
right
walk
there.
across the
yeah,
street.
I'm right there. Yeah, I'm right there. So
Yeah.
Push has been on tour for I feel
Is
like
that the official after party at a Pusher concert?
nah. The official is that they're gonna be at Rose Bar.
Oh.
Oh, that's on
They don't.
Friday though, right?
No, it's Thursday.
Oh shit! All
I
right.
think it's tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow. Yeah. I mean, they're not gonna let him come to the city and not be in Rose Bar. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? Um, but there
I mean,
is
he only lives here.
true. There is I think the five of us are gonna roll, and I think we have
I'm
dinner
excited.
plans. We have dinner plans early,
Oh yeah.
and
Yeah, my wife's out of town, but I got a sitter lined up. You know what I'm saying? I'm there. I'm in that mode. My
get
wife
it
got the
done.
sitter
You
lined
get
up.
you
Actually,
getting
I should be
yums
honest.
tomorrow night.
I should be honest. She's the one who got the sitter, and you know what I'm saying. Set it all up, and yeah, so I can come out tomorrow night.
Hell yeah.
Um, but so we have a good time on deck. I think we have dinner
Yeah,
plans at a spot out there, and then we're
it's
gonna
gonna be
just
it's gonna be
you
some
know
jokes, good
we're gonna
times.
40 plus our way stroll over to the
40
Fillmore,
plus our way.
stand in
That's a
the
slow
Ah,
walk. That's a slow walk with
that's a
that
slow
real
walk.
slow
with
walk.
that hard cast you got going on.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
man,
yeah.
And
40 plus our
we
way.
might be able to cut the line with you.
I'm
what
injured.
sneakers are we wearing? Is everybody are we all
I
rocking the
don't know.
same?
No,
Speaking
No,
we
of,
ain't doing that.
oh, all right,
it was like a boy band or something.
look like what's a podcast?
I feel like if yeah we ain't doing that.
Oh, we should get. Actually, I should have gotten. We should get our joints customized. Put a what's a podcast
I'll take some
logo.
white on white. I'll take some white on whites.
We should put that on the
Customized.
Argons.
Nah.
Shout out to the squad, man. We all got our Argons except for Silent Tom.
His
Shout
are
out to
on
the
the way. His are on the
sponsor.
way. His are on the way.
Shout out to the sponsor, corporate out of Cincinnati. Man, my man Matt, thank you for holding us down. Appreciate it.
Yeah, shout
The
out to
whole team
corporate.
wanted them, and
No
we got
doubt.
we might have to get those lasered. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, my man Jordan out of Portland, we might have to send those over there and get them lasered with the logo.
I might miss that one, but we'll see. You know what I'm saying? I
We'll
like
just
my
have to get
Argon.
second pair.
I
Second
mean,
pair.
you technically you haven't even picked yours up yet, so it could happen.
It could. It could without my knowing.
Yeah,
I mean, I do can
that's
send
true.
them out.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, so yeah, Pusha and IDK. IDK is a artist based out of Maryland, DC,
Hmm.
who's been putting out a lot of good albums for the past 5 6 years. Good kid. I know him pretty well. I know his team really well. His team is some good dudes, man. They've been really focusing on his career to the point where they're all doing pretty well for themselves. So shout out to them. And Push is always dope. I think he always gives a little bit of extra effort when he's in the DC area. A lot of friends and family. I remember the first time I saw the Clips perform was at 930 Club,
Mm.
and it might have been about 20 years ago. They opened up for NERD, and I
Were you
remember
living up here or you drove up?
I was living up here. Or did I drive up? I don't know. So it had to be about 19. I've been here 19 years. So it was like '03, and they opened up for NERD, and I remember they were selling NERD Swarovski crystal T-shirts
No, really?
for $60, and Famlay was the
The
merch
guy
person.
holding the merch
Yeah,
down.
yeah, yeah.
Did you
yeah.
cop?
I did not cop because I was like, this is- what is-
$60
I know.
at that time.
Yeah.
That's like Bape prices,
I know. I know.
BBC
I know.
prices actually. You know what I'm saying?
So you know,
How
what I'm
much is
saying?
that
Bape
shirt
tees
worth
were a
now?
little bit more expensive, but
Oh, when-
not
when-
not
when-
by like a lot more.
Whenever they re-released them, those shirts were like $300 or something.
Yeah.
Like that. It was crazy. But man, I think I was unemployed, living in my uncle's house. Like I wasn't trying to spend that
Yeah,
kind of money.
barely got
Like,
money for the ticket.
Yeah, I think I was like buying records a ton. So, but yeah, man, Push the Show should be good.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
it'll definitely be good.
His tour's got to be winding down too. I mean, he's been on tour for a while. Like I feel like he's touched.
That's how you get that paper.
Yeah,
Though.
that's
Yeah,
probably
for
like
sure.
the U.S. I mean, now the next up might be international.
Yeah, because this is phase 2. So
Yeah.
Do you think his album is that big internationally? You think he's that big of an artist? Like he could sell out shows across the globe?
I
I think
think
he has
so.
a 20-year discography, and
Yeah.
so he can just give you.
I mean, he
2
could go,
hours.
he could do a
2 hours
million.
of hits. Yeah.
He could do a million shows in just Japan and
That's
alone.
probably true.
You know what I'm
That's probably
saying?
true.
Them
Yeah,
motherfuckers are gods out there.
that's probably true.
He could have a show, 3 shows a week in Japan, and they would all be sold out for a month straight.
So I
So
mean, it's a beautiful opportunity, I think, for everybody to hang out. I think we're gonna see a lot of familiar faces.
yeah, I think so too.
Um,
I mean, for sure.
we'll just see. It'll be a good time, man. Silver Spring is cool. I like Silver Spring actually.
I'm
So
gonna
we're
check
gonna
out
have a good
Ward
time.
9 while I'm over there.
This is some sneaker spot.
Yeah, it's the sneaker spot like a few doors down from the Fillmore.
Okay, nice.
Oh, you
Um,
getting there extra early?
I gotta figure it out. I gotta see what time the sitter's coming in. Jerome and I driving together. We gotta figure it out.
Yeah.
I'm saying, I was like, bro, what we talking about? Like, you ain't
I mean,
tell
we
me
supposed to
nothing.
meet for dinner at 7. I think Ward 9's gonna be closed.
They might close at 7. They'll be
If they're
smart.
smart, they stay open during the
Yeah,
days
for
that
sure.
there's
For
a big
sure.
show.
That's facts.
For sure. We want to give a super duper big shout out to our guy Keem. As we've spoken about on the
Mm.
podcast before, Abdul and I had some Web3, what was it? Education. We had an educational Web3 session, and our guy Keem,
But
our guy
uh,
Keem was one of the participants, and he's heavy in the Web3 space, and in the real life space, he's doing very well as well. He has a Afro futuristic restaurant that's going to be opening in a space that used to be
Common, what was it?
Smith
Common
Commons.
Smith
Smith
Commons
Commons.
Yep. You
on
said an
8th Street.
Afro what?
Afro
Futuristic.
futuristic.
It's
What is
called
that?
Bronze. Is the name of the spot. It's
What's futuristic food?
it's essentially cuisine that I believe, and I don't want to speak on it without, but I believe it's. If, imagine Africa was never colonized, this would be the food that would come out of there. So it's going to be sort of like African based, but with his own special touch to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
No, no, no. I mean, listen, African food on its own is
No doubt.
delicious, and so I'm very excited to uh to check it out. It's going to be opening up soon, actually. I believe in the next few weeks to a month. But
So I mean, it's going to be one of the hottest tickets in town. So
yeah,
it's really going to do well. Keem has a lot of experience in the food hospitality space. I believe he's, and you can if I'm wrong, let me know. I'm doing, but I believe he's working with Eric Bruner Yang on this. Is that correct?
yeah. That's one of his partners, and they actually are already partners at Makedo, so they already have a history of working together, and you know what I'm saying, being friends. So um, yeah, that's he's going to be one of his partners in this venture as well. So I think it's dope. I, I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah, that's
No
real dope.
doubt. So Keem did a day in the life in the Washington Post. They've been taking just a variety of people. I think they did one with our guy Pierre recently.
That's where you got tagged, and our guy Matthias, his Instagram got he didn't get the hyperlink. Remember that?
Mm,
I think we talked about it
I don't
four or
remember
five
that,
episodes.
but
yeah. I don't really know what
I
you're
don't know
talking
what you're
about.
talking about. But nevertheless,
Oh, let me just remind you guys what happened was
What-
you don't remember that
we're
we had
gonna
there was
we're
a
gonna hyperlink Matthias in
of
this
you don't
course, I
post.
remember there
remember
was a
what
whole
happened.
discredit. Now I'm
Of course, I
talking to
remember
Eddie.
what
Eddie, you don't
happened.
remember?
I do. I
Uh,
remember.
you didn't want to make it hot.
We're
All
gonna
right.
hyperlink Matthias in this
Oh,
episode.
it was hot, all right. It
Yeah,
was
heated.
foolishness.
Shout
Ah,
out, shout
Nevertheless,
out to Matthias,
shout out
yes.
Matthias, my guy
Shout
right
out to
there.
aka
Matthias.
Hyperlink.
Um,
That's
so
his new name.
Keem went through a bunch of different places. One place his family's been going to for 31 years.
Yeah,
A couple
Spanish
new
spot.
places, couple new places on the block. I mean, DC. If you don't live in DC, man, DC has a culinary scene that is just
Yo,
incredible.
That's true.
yo,
Consistently new offerings. Places you go, in June, by August they're like old news. It's crazy
yeah.
how
Lots of
fast
Michelin stars here.
people they move around when it comes to DC in terms of the food, and like there are places that like like I went to Bammy's like last week,
Oh, Bammy's is
and
fire.
but like 6 months ago, you couldn't get into Bammy's on a Thursday with no reservation
That's right.
at 8 o'clock.
Hell no.
I walked right in, met my man, and we was posted up till I had to go DJ. You know what I'm saying? So, but there was like Chloe, which is a new restaurant over there in Navy
Chloe's
Yard.
fire.
It's exactly
Me and Abdul went there
Yeah,
with
that's
Dave
right.
Ostroff. I've been there
Yeah,
a few times. Chloe's dope.
yeah.
Chloe's
Chloe's
fine.
dope.
But then they just opened a Silver Diner in Navy Yard,
I'm alright
right?
on
So
that.
just the fact that they're
Oh, I
putting,
actually is that it's the like the new. It's not like the downtown Silver Springs Silver Diner. It's like a new diner called Silver Diner, right? I
yeah,
love that place. I go there for
yeah,
breakfast all the time.
yeah.
It's cheap
So
and it's good.
there's just a the DC food season, and I believe I'm trying to give up the liquor. I have to if I start
After
75
this
hard.
weekend. After
No,
this
no,
weekend.
this weekend I won't partake. It'll be smart for me now. I got 7 gigs this weekend, so um, but the bars and all that sort of stuff is even crazier than the restaurants.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just like it's a very fast revolving industry up here, but there's a lot of great opportunities. So when Keem opens, we'll be the first group to get in there and give a 5-star review on Google, Yelp, whatever else you can review on
Yeah.
Eater,
Everywhere.
all that stuff.
Yeah.
So episode 182 was the podcast. Uh, so before we get to the high schooler that was dumb enough to try to talk to Alvin Kamara and use the N word, we're gonna talk about. This is the hottest topic on earth for the past couple of days. We discussed it. We discussed it ahead of time. We called this one, and this is the Kanye West, aka
Oh.
Ye, appearance on Drink Champs. Now we spoke about Drink Champs maybe 4 or 5 episodes ago, and I
Hmm.
said I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of Nori, yada yada yada. You guys, you guys are fans, which is cool. It's all good.
It's an
And
easy listen.
I think that they maybe thought this was going to be an easy interview that was going to lead to an easy listen. However, they were absolutely wrong.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And we've all seen Noriega's been on an apology
He
tour.
was just chasing the bag.
They were chasing a
Yeah.
bag.
I
They were
think
chasing views, but they were
views.
not.
That's the
They were
bag.
not. But they were not qualified in order to do that. They're not qualified journalists. They gave no pushback. Nori was on Twitter celebrating the interview before he all of a sudden
He deleted
Had a
that.
had a change of heart.
had a change of heart. He was
He
when
deleted
I
that tweet. He was like, my
He
Ye
deleted the
interview.
whole fucking Drink Chance
it's
episode.
still up there if you want to see it
I
though.
mean, it's up there, but it's not on their platform.
Right, right.
My Ye interview got more views than football. Ha ha ha.
I
And
mean,
then
it did.
ended. Yeah, but now you're on an apology tour. Like, you know what
Whatever.
I'm saying? After saying that, fuck out of here.
I still fuck
Um,
with Nori.
no, me too. I think I
I mean,
do.
he's
I
not
think I
he's
do.
not like a fucking journalist, dog. Like he's fucking Nori. So like,
Yeah, but
my expectations of him are not like he
but
handled it the way you would think he'd handle it.
for you to and I did not listen. So did the whole episode make it onto podcast platforms or no?
It's
I mean,
not on. It's
I
not on
watched it
Apple.
on YouTube
Yeah,
on
but
the
it's not
Drink
on
Champs
Apple.
channel.
It's not on Apple Podcasts currently.
Yeah, it's not on Apple Podcasts.
That
So
So
episode is not, or Drink
that
Champs is
that
not.
episode is not on
Okay.
Apple Podcasts.
that episode
and I
with
know.
Kanye is not on it. The only thing I have seen are some of the clips that have been floating around YouTube, some that they posted and
Yeah.
some that other people might have posted or something like that.
Did
And
you listen to it?
I listened to those clips, and the one that broke my heart and made me more angry than anything else is them two just sitting there while Kanye goes on and on about some documentary that's been put on by, I think Candace Owens is behind it, who's
Hmm.
already a fucking hater,
Hmm.
um, talking about George Floyd actually died from a fentanyl overdose, and not because a police murdered him by putting his foot on his neck.
Yeah.
And that shit right there. There was a police officer that was tried in the court of law and
Convicted.
found guilty and
Hmm.
convicted of murder and first degree manslaughter and is sentenced to jail because he murdered George Floyd. And who the fuck are you, Kanye West, to get on there and talk about that dead man and
He
affect
died
his
of an
family
overdose.
who's still grieving?
Yeah.
He has a daughter that's still grieving. He has family that's still grieving. He has friends and loved ones. That's it.
So,
Was that the
sorry, no,
clip? Oh,
I was actually looking at their Instagram because they have been posting, but they haven't been. They make posts without the comments on.
yeah, that's some bitch ass shit too.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, my bad. I
you
didn't
know,
have it. Yeah.
no, no, no. It's I'm glad you played it, but um, yeah, people are still grieving because of that. I mean, Black Lives Matter is still a movement that remains true to this day outside of the organization itself. Those words still mean something. You know what I'm saying? It's still
Hundred
not a
percent.
whole lot has changed, unfortunately, but the fight must go on.
Well,
And
the
y'all let this
problem is that
bitch
is
ass
he's
dude on your platform to say the same sort of hateful shit that he's been talking about for the last 6 or 7 years. Fuck out of here.
well the problem is there are like he's not seeing the difference between the message and the organizers, and so as a result of that, he was allowed to he's been speaking about it just publicly everywhere,
Yeah.
Twitter,
Hmm.
the Tucker Carlson interview. They edited out the anti-Semitic parts, right? We saw LeBron and them didn't air the interview at all.
Hmm.
So knowing all that information again, Nori and them really should have sat back and said, "Is this worth it?" Because
Yeah.
I mean, they were never being lauded for their journalistic integrity in the first place.
I
It
think
was
they
all
did sit
about.
back and think, is it worth it? And they looking for
And they were
ratings.
yeah, they were looking for
Yeah.
ratings.
But to me, you don't sit here and apologize if you think it's worth it. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
that's that's getting ratings too.
well
but
I mean, listen,
not all money is good money.
I mean,
never,
You know what I'm saying?
never that.
I get it, but tell them that,
But what I'm
And
saying
and
is, so
and
you're not going on an apology tour. You're not doing all the I messed up, and one of the guys from the Cool Kids called him out, and retweeted him and said something to him like they just did not have the the insight. Nobody on their team said, "Hey, man, this guy said this on Tucker Carlson. He said this on Twitter and
yeah,
Instagram. He said this on whatever," and they still went through with it. And it's
yeah,
just like Nori had his. That was the first 5 minutes of the interview. Yeah, I checked him 2.5 hours down the lane. I mean, at that point,
Mhm.
who's watching? It's already been exposed.
yeah,
Also, I think there's some people who just are so pressed to be cool and friends with somebody as problematic as Ye that they're willing to overlook some of the shit people say. And that happens in life all the time. I've seen it happen. People change their whole m- demeanor around somebody famous or just because they won't feel like they want to get close to that person, and they're willing to not even stand on things that they believe on in. You know what I'm saying? And that happens all the time, and this was just, I think, another case of that, where, yo, we're gonna have Kanye again. Our first Kanye interview was out of here. Let's do it again. We can
yeah,
really double down on that first interview. And he's in the news right now. Let's do all this. Like, he's talking shit about Virgil, or that came out. And there's all these things that are happening. Let's monopolize on that.
yeah.
And you got this the hypocrisy of Kanye West is so much that, ah, man, I can't, fam, like, it was only
It's too
talk,
much.
like people haven't even got their masters back. Like, you know what I'm saying? He
Yeah,
went on a whole thing about people should get their masters back, but it was only because he wanted to get his masters back. It was never about, he was had given his artist the same deal that he had been given.
yeah.
And he's talking about now it's a big deal because he couldn't get his masters back. Have you given your artist their masters back? You can answer that. No.
I think the only no he did. He gave Big Sean and Pusha.
Push got his masters back from somebody else. It
Okay,
was not
well,
through Kanye
there
West.
you go. There you go. But nevertheless, I think the bigger issue for me is not with what Kanye said, because this is what he's on at the current moment.
Yeah,
My issue is with Nori and EFN and their
Sure,
whole team
rightfully
not
so.
not
for
seeing the
letting
bigger
him.
picture
Yeah,
before they even sat down with him.
Why
This is
didn't
what
they
he
push back? Yeah.
okay. Well, before we even get to that,
why
right?
even have him on?
Why have him on? But number one,
Hmm.
he's doing all the press for you. He's
Yeah,
putting it on Instagram. He's been kicked off Twitter. Been kicked off Instagram. Um, he's putting it out there what he's saying and how he feels.
yeah,
So you cannot sit here and tell me nobody from your team was like, "Yo, this is a good idea." Y'all don't need the views. Y'all are probably the number one podcast
Hmm.
in the hip hop space. You do not need the views.
They get no name guests, or no, I should not say no name, but they get guests who are not even that famous, and or even those episodes do extremely well.
And that's what I'm saying. You
Yeah,
don't need you
you
don't
don't need
need
them.
you don't need them.
Yeah, you
And so
played
then
yourself.
so then to see the interview itself, Nori Coppin please saying, he said this in the first 5 minutes. He just that and the third. The tremendous thing is incredibly disrespectful.
mm.
You know what I'm saying? It's just a bullying tactic. And then for Nori to double down and take pride in it, but then realize somebody got in his ear. Somebody called Nori and said, "Bro, you messed up."
Well, the reaction, the comments, all of
The
that,
reaction, right? But I feel like there's somebody who, big, because if when you watch it, he
Fat
also
Joe, Fat Joe called him.
he also he also talked
yeah. I mean,
crazy about Puff. He talked crazy about Meek,
Yep.
right? He's very jealous of Drake. He's very like
mhm.
frenemies with
He
Drake.
even went at Bad Bunny.
Did he? I thought he was. I understood what he was saying about Bad
I
Bunny.
haven't
Yeah,
even
but that's
heard this,
still
all
going
this
on him a
yet.
little bit.
You heard this on YouTube?
I
he
watched the whole shit.
he
On
basically said
YouTube.
he
Yeah,
basically well Eddie, you tell me if I'm wrong, but he basically was like, when I'm in the studio, the person who we're trying to make music against is Bad Bunny because
yeah.
he's the
He was
top.
like, I got pictures of him in my studio,
Yeah,
whatever.
he's
Like,
he's the top
he,
dog right
yeah,
now.
he's the top.
Yeah,
I'm coming
yeah,
for him.
right. Which to me wasn't disrespectful. It was just like, I get it. Like, if you play basketball, you got
Yeah.
the top dog on your wall. You know what I'm
Kanye
Yeah.
saying?
will never be on the top again musically.
No, I mean, I
I
saw
mean,
I
I
saw
don't know. I
I
mean,
saw a DJ.
what do you consider the top? Selling out shows?
I
No,
saw
not
a
Definitely
shows.
selling.
DJ.
Yeah.
I'm
Just
saying just
musically,
music wise,
nah,
put
nah,
out
nah,
good
nah.
music.
Yeah, nah,
I
he's
saw a
done.
DJ in New York today say he knew two DJs that were kicked off the set because they played Kanye's music in clubs over the weekend.
Stop playing.
I believe it.
How are you do? Are you still playing Kanye records?
Nah, I mean, I'll play
But you weren't
samples.
playing Kanye records for a minute now.
Exactly. So
Yeah,
like, I'll play a sample. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? And like, people think I'm about to drop the Ye record, and I just drop something else. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? But um, there's no need to play his music. His stuff, his club friendly records might be 10 years old, with the
Maybe
exception
more.
of, Beautiful Morning. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? The Father Stretch My Hands, right?
Yep.
But again, that's got Cuddy on it. Him and Cuddy not cool. You know what I'm saying? So the people defending Kanye to me are the ones who are trying to do a bit too much.
Who's defending him?
Oh,
Like,
there's a bunch of
no,
people.
There's a
like
lot of people.
celebrity wise.
You know what? Those are the people I think that got to Nori is when he started seeing celebrities turn their backs on him. To him, that's what counts. You know what I'm saying? When people he might have gotten some calls from some celebrities and some other rappers. To him, that's now everything is just
Yeah,
is about to go left. What
I just
celebrities are supporting Kanye? I don't know.
no, no,
exactly.
no. I see. I mean, I'm more so like, people in comments and stuff like that, because
Yeah.
the one place, and this is not to like single out or to minimize people of color or black people or whatever, but when he said, "I'm about to go DEF CON 3 on Jewish people when I
Hmm.
wake up from this nap," you really did yourself in on that one, my guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, however you feel about Jewish people and their status in the world and what they own and what they don't own and all that stuff, family, that's cool. But to say I'm about to go DEF CON 3, which means you're not about to speak positively about these people. And that's okay, cool. But
That's the shit that got kicked them off. That got him kicked off the
Twitter,
platforms, Twitter's
yeah,
as well, and I think Instagram. And I'm hearing that a lot of sneaker shops and sneaker owners are now saying,
They're not
"Yo,
carrying his
we
brand
don't want to
anymore.
carry Yeezy through Adidas anymore," and that's gonna become a thing.
That would be dope.
Yeah, I think
how,
that's amazing.
we can talk about that offline because I definitely have some direct uh,
Feedback.
Knowledge on that.
knowledge of that. Yeah,
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 no,
for sure.
I didn't hear this from, and I don't want to snitch on anybody. I definitely did not hear this from you, or I don't know if it's proprietary knowledge on the Commonwealth side. I did not get that info from anybody at Commonwealth. This is just from people I know in the industry, and sneak and store owners, and things like that, and they are all starting that moment. Adidas is gonna get hit.
Yeah.
So
Yeezy
the
is
thing
gonna get
about it,
hit.
so I don't know if Adidas is gonna get hit. I know
They're just gonna start selling them at all the Foot Lockers.
they
They
put his
don't give a fuck.
partnership on they put
Mm,
his partnership under review,
they should
but
cancel it.
I feel like there is not the excitement for his shoes. Now, he did state that he wanted to make the shoe as available as an Air Force One, so I do understand that, right?
Hmm.
But at this point, there's zero excitement for his shoes.
I mean, who wears Yeezys?
You'll be surprised.
MAGA.
Like MAGA, a lot of random people on the streets will have Yeezys on. Every ethnicity, old, young, you know what I'm saying? Just everybody is literally, you see people with them on, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, cool, whatever. Like, but I feel like that excitement from 2017, 18,
Oh yeah, it's gone.
because he's flooded the streets with them, you know what I'm saying? But now it's a negative connotation to be associated with him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's what I said. I'll play a sample in a party, and people will be, oh, that's dope. That's from this and the third. But I'm not playing, or like I'll play "Selfish" by Slum Village, but
Hmm.
I won't play his verse. You know what I'm saying? I'll skip right over his verse. I've been working on an edit of a song with him in the Dream. Took Kanye's verse out. Tom and I are working on an edit of the American Boy. Took Kanye's verse out. So you know what I mean? Like, um, I feel like people are just like able to move on without him, and the things that he's holding on to for dear life, his space in the fashion space and all that kind of stuff. It's like, bro, like there's a bigger picture, and George Floyd's people are suing him for $250 million.
Yeah,
Rightfully
but
so.
anybody can sue anybody. Doesn't necessarily mean they're
I
gonna
hope they
win.
get it.
I hope so
I'm
too.
not saying they are going to win or not. You know what
I
I'm saying?
can
But
sue
Yeah.
you for $250 million.
the
Yo,
fact of
sue
the
me.
matter is that is
Yeah,
when you've
I
Maybe you
could.
been
can win.
when this is live, and but I think that was part of why Nori went on the apology tour too. Is
He don't want to
because
get
He
up in
doesn't
that
want to get
lawsuit.
sued.
Also,
he doesn't want to get sued either. Man, I mean, Nori's a nice person. I'm sure he's a nice guy and all that.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be mad if he had to come off of something either because you let this happen. You were malicious in allowing this. You're complicit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'd almost say that Puff is complicit by airing it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all didn't have to air this.
Oh, you're saying Revolt.
Yeah, yeah,
Ah. Did it air on Revolt, or are we
yes. It was
just watching
yeah.
it
Revolt's.
on
It was
YouTube?
No, I
Revolt's
watched it on Drink Champs Revolt channel
Revolt
on
YouTube
YouTube.
channel.
Yeah.
Ah.
That wasn't just
Shit.
the Drink Champs channel. That was the
No, I'm
Drink
saying
Champs
it was the
Revolt.
Drink Champs channel within
On.
the Revolt like
Revolt, yeah,
network.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I think they have some episodes that don't air on Revolt, right? Like just like the big ones, maybe or something. I don't
I'm not
know.
sure. I
I
think
don't
all of
know.
them are on Revolt.
I think
To
they
be honest with
all.
you.
I think they all air on Revolt, but only for an hour. I think they're super edited. They don't. There's no way they can just have 3 hour episodes on one week and then 2.5 hours the next week. And what I'm saying, this is network television, so to speak. So I think they're gonna have a certain time slot, a dedicated. I think it's only an hour or hour and a half at most
Yeah.
No, no, no. They let them go more because they got the Boosie
on
interview
YouTube or on TV.
on
YouTube.
YouTube.
Oh, I'm talking
It's
about on
all no, it's
TV
all
though.
on this is all on YouTube.
No, but Revolt
No, for sure, for sure. I got what you're
station,
saying.
the
Yeah,
channel itself
yeah,
also
yeah, yeah,
airs it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, but the YouTube one has all of the episodes.
I gotta listen to it
But you
if
can't. The
it's on
Kanye
YouTube.
one's down. It's down.
Oh, but Jerome said somebody else has
It's
it.
other
Somebody
You can
probably
find
channels.
you can
schemed.
It's
find
Yeah,
it.
other
You can
channels.
yeah.
find it.
Yeah,
You can
yeah,
I'll
for
find it.
look
sure.
for it
But
somewhere.
the revolt took it down.
But
Okay.
listen, man. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just bad judgment and a
I think
bad
he's just
judgment
getting
call.
started. So I think this shit's gonna keep snowballing.
Well, he's about to buy his own social media
Well, he bought it, but the
platform.
problem the problem was he bought it from that woman Candace Owens. That platform was already struggling,
I hope he
and
loses a shitload of money on it.
that platform is being investigated. So like,
Oh my
it's
god.
not about is he gonna lose money. It's when does he lose all the money.
He already bought it from her.
Apparently, he bought it the day after or the 2 days
She is
after the Drink Champs thing.
swindling him.
Yeah,
Hey,
because
fuck it.
again, he sits here and admits he doesn't read contracts.
He
Yep.
doesn't.
He sits here and admits that he doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I want you to be in a position where you're in bad shape, and not because of necessarily like one thing or another. You just have been in a bad place, and I think I don't know if you guys follow a dude named Riza Islam,
I know
but
who he is.
yeah,
I don't follow him though.
so he was on Joe Budden podcast, basically explaining what he feels has happened to Kanye. And the number one thing, obviously, is we all know he's never recovered from his mother passing. But number two is he was committed at one point, or for like three
For
for like
mental health.
72 hours. Yeah. So Rizza Islam feels like whatever they drugged him up with at that point, he's still feeling the effects of that.
Yeah, I mean, perhaps I think at some point it's important to just stop making up excuses for
I was
somebody
gonna say.
without
I was gonna
without
say.
even knowing. You know what I mean? Like, when are
Yeah.
we gonna stop giving him the benefit of the doubt? Right? Like,
Yeah.
it's been years now. He continues to disappoint people. He continues to say crazy shit. He continues to say problematic stuff. He continues to not care for anyone else but himself. So, like, fam, I, you know,
He's
it,
crazy.
it's sad you lost your mother. It's sad that you have mental health
Yeah.
problems,
Plenty of
but
people have lost their mothers,
a
bro.
lot of
Like,
motherfuckers
you know
go
what I
through
mean?
this every day, dog.
It's gonna happen to all of us one day,
Yeah.
So
So,
like, that's no
so
excuse.
it's not an excuse. I'm done with dude, man. I'm done with
Yeah.
him. He's
Well,
and you know what? You know what's so funny about his mental health thing is when it comes to his pockets and things that are going wrong for him, he's very much able to express things that are going badly for him.
Yeah.
It's always for him.
That's all it always has been.
It's a very, very, like, he doesn't believe in anything he even says. He says things only to get what he wants.
I mean, he's laughing at it while he's saying it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, he's a fucking asshole.
yeah, man, he isn't the one anymore.
no,
I think it's just time to completely rid ourselves
like
of
phase
anything
him out.
related. Just it's time to go. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
personally, I'm where I am is I feel the same way with a lot of people in that space, though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I'm not a
And
huge.
fuck Candace Owens too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And Herschel Walker.
Oh, he's the worst. Yo, man, the people of Georgia don't play around, man. Like, I don't even
Please.
see how y'all
Warnock all
could
day.
even. I don't even see how y'all could even consider Herschel Walker. Like, between the fake badge, him lying. My man
What's
said
the fake badge?
he was in a debate with Walker,
Uh-huh.
and they're having a part of the debate. He pulls out a badge,
Like a police officer
like a
badge.
police. Like, I'm a police officer.
Like he
Here's my
got
badge.
deputized or
He's
something.
Man,
a
they called it. Hey, man, they called that joint fake so quick.
oh
Then
my,
he,
are you serious?
yeah.
He's
Then he had to go on some one-on-one interview and be like, "This is from my small town in blah blah blah. I'm really a police officer,
They
whatever, whatever."
deputized me.
Yeah, but like, come on, like to me, the
oh
biggest
my
thing with him is
god.
just
Fuck out of here.
the line. He said he was a valedictorian of his
No,
where
he
he went
did
to college.
not.
He did. He didn't even graduate. Obviously,
Wait, from where? From high school? He went to
he went
University
to
of Georgia.
Georgia. Yeah, but he said he went somewhere else too, and it was a valedictorian. Didn't graduate. There's no way he could have got into Georgia without graduating high school. He graduated high school.
He graduated high
Uh,
school. Yeah.
then he,
I mean,
the abortion thing where he was
yeah.
trying to say that
He's
like
been
he,
strictly against it
and
and
then
come to
come to find out, bong.
he had one.
Then his son his son who's been super pro MAGA, super pro
Oh,
right
really?
wing. His son came out and was like, you've had multiple relationships with other women. You have children you don't claim.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's yeah, like the son lost it when the abortion thing came out. The son jumped on Twitter and went crazy. Twitter and Instagram went crazy.
What's so crazy is that he ran on the whole platform of absentee black fathers, and fathers need to be around for their children,
That's
and
what he
that's
is.
so that was the whole thing he was given. That was part of his platform. Abortion should not be allowed under any circumstances, like for no, not even like health reasons.
Yeah, like except
No.
for mine. Except for mine.
Yo, so that he's running on that. Come to find out, he had an abortion. He's got then the chick that he got the abortion with, he got her pregnant again and was like, get an abortion. And she was like, nope. And then she had the kid. He was the absentee father he's been talking about for that child throughout that child's whole life. And now I think there's coming out that there's other children or some shit like that too. So um
Son is wild.
one of the things, I mean, I want Warnock gotta win this, man. He gotta go hard. Like you gotta punish Herschel Walker in them
I think
debates.
well, it's he debated an empty thing the other night. Like he literally debated an empty podium because Walker didn't show up.
Oh,
Wow.
by debating, you said Warnock just kind of had a speech and just talked about his platform.
The debate still went on. Herschel didn't show up, and then so
Oh,
they would
they
ask.
asked Warnock
Yeah,
questions
yeah,
and he
yeah,
answered it.
yeah, for sure.
I thought
But
he,
then, but
I
then they
thought he,
would, but then the camera would pan to Walker's empty
and it was an empty podium.
empty
It was
podium.
like when Joe Budden fired Rory and Maul and was screaming at the empty seats next to him.
Oh, I don't know
It
how
was
did he do that?
no
Oh
Fab.
man,
Those dudes didn't show up on the podcast one day, and they were like, "Nah, we're out" or whatever. Joe Budden, that last podcast went crazy, and he went on a whole spiel. And at one point, he looks at the empty seat. He's like, "You're fired." And then he looks at the other one where Maul would sit and be like, "You're fired." It was the funniest shit ever. Man,
he got into it with his guy recently too, like on their last Patreon podcast. Him and the dude Ish explodes on Joe Budden. Pause. Like he literally went crazy.
mhm.
Like they was about to get it popping.
you,
You know what I'm
you're on the
saying?
you're on the Patreon.
No, it was on
Let me get
Twitter.
let me get the username
I
password for
don't
that.
know. I don't watch Joe Budden. Um, but
What was that
that's
about? What were they beefing about?
you just caught the beginning. I think Joe was trying to say the dude Ish offers like basic conversation, and then dude Ish just took. Is it Ish? Who's the other one?
Yeah, yeah,
Ish and
and ice.
yeah, Ish the light skinned dude. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So Ish just went crazy. Nah, this ain't basic. He's talking to the cats behind the thing you can't even see.
Hmm.
Parks agrees with it. You know what I'm saying? It was like Joe just had to like sit there and take the L. You know what I'm saying? He was wrong. You know what I mean? So, um,
Yeah, I don't
I
listen to
mean,
that podcast anymore.
do you listen to Rory and Wall?
Not anymore. I don't
Jeez, you gave us.
remember, something about them turned me off. I don't remember what it was.
It's a little weird, man. They try to be too cool for
It
school.
was
But
I think Maul had some real problematic,
oh yeah, he
uninformed,
did. Yeah, he did.
MAGA type Republican vibes,
Yeah,
and I don't remember which one of those episodes it was, but it really fucked me up, and I was just like,
and
God,
they
I'm
got
out.
10 million from Sirius XM.
Wow.
Listen, I'm happy for them. I think that's amazing. Congratulations.
Oh,
But
I don't even care. I'm just saying, like, if they can get $10 million, we're shooting a little too low, guys, because they don't offer much in the way of journalism or the It's just for them, it's just one long-winded conversation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think we actually have some substance. We'll get it together though. Next episode, check us out.
serious, holla at
Uh,
us. Let's get let's
episode
get let's
Let's
get
get
182.
started with a
serious.
million.
Episode 182 was a podcast. The low top Syracuse dunks and low top Kentucky dunks are coming back.
Oh,
Oh, I need another pair.
me too.
I didn't get either, but
Let's get him. Let's call the
nice.
sponsor.
It's called a whole team. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Those should be arriving soon. My I'm sorry. I jumped the gun. Before we get too crazy with the sneakers, we need to give a big shout out to Broccoli City. You know what I'm saying? Broccoli City was acquired by a large stake of equity was acquired by Live Nation.
Oh, that's
Wow.
amazing.
And Marco and Brandon, who have been two of the founders of Broccoli City, are actually moving into executive roles at Live Nation.
That's
Wow.
amazing. Congratulations.
I've DJed Broccoli
That's
City.
huge.
Let's see if they've been doing Broccoli City 10 years. I probably DJed 7 of those years.
And that's the home
Um,
team. These guys are from out here.
Great dudes,
Yeah.
great dudes, man. So they always show love. They pull up to the functions. But yes, man, there's the Syracuse dunk is coming back November 1st.
Oof. Is it over for dunks?
I hope so, so I can get them.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah. It's kind of been quiet on the SB front though. Like remember that momentum and that huge uh thing where people were going crazy for them? That's kind of died down a little bit.
Yeah.
You
Prices have
still
kind of
you still buy
normalized.
SBs?
I just got the crushed ones,
Yeah. But do you still buy them like on a regular?
not on a regular. It's hard to
Yeah.
get. They are
Yeah.
harder to get.
Yeah.
And
I think Crush does a good job of
they
giving
do.
access though.
And that's
Like they
why
Jerome,
did.
were you able to get a pair of Crush Dunks?
No, I didn't even try. I mean, well, no, I did. I think I tried the local raffle, but that was it.
yeah. Yeah.
Um, but
I went
they
and
just
picked up
dropped
my
those
pair yesterday.
Dodgers. They dropped those Dodgers dunks yesterday or
Those
two
look
days
good.
ago, and it was literally like, "Yo, no line, no calls, pull
Just
up
come
and
here.
come get them." And
Yep.
Wow.
like, if you live within, if you, I felt like if I wanted them,
If you're a
I
You could
could have,
DC
walk
native,
over.
yeah,
I
you
could
can
have
get them.
jumped on, I could have jumped on a scooter, been there in
Yep.
6 minutes and picked them
Yep.
up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like they do a good job of. I like those new Crush hats. I want to get one of those
I
hats.
want
The
to get
hat
the
is
T too.
fire. The
Yeah,
hat is
the
fire.
hats are dope. Um, yeah, I have my notifications turned on for Crushed in their stories as well as their posts, man, because it's one of those things you just never know when they're gonna post something, and
Yeah.
and that's a normal thing for them to be like, yo, we just put these out, come grab them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like the
That's
old
old
days
school
of
style.
that's
Yeah.
old school.
I love it.
That's what Greg used to do at Elite.
Elite.
Like, yo,
Yep.
we're putting these out, and it was just if you were there, you got lucky, and if
If
you were able
not,
to get there in time, you got a pair.
Well, the strategy also speaks to like the normal consumer,
yeah.
and it also
Yeah.
speaks to like avoiding lines,
Yes.
right? So like if you say, all right, it's 1 o'clock
Yeah.
or 3 o'clock, we're gonna come get them first. You don't have kids all out, and you know what I'm saying. You create
Yeah.
a fair opportunity. I think it helps. I think it helps keep resellers at bay. Because
Yeah.
if you know who the resellers are and you don't want to sell to them, when they come in like, oh, bro, they've been sitting out all morning. We just happen to make our Instagram post about them. You know what I'm saying? And that way you don't have to sell them to resellers. Um, but there's very few shoes, excuse me, that the resellers are out for nowadays. And I also just read that it's the Kentucky and the Syracuse are both November 1st for $110.
Fire.
So
Abdul, go ahead, lock that down.
All right, done deal. I got it. I got it.
good luck on that.
I mean, we
Um,
got him last time.
no, I'm not knocking it. I'm not knocking it.
Yeah.
I'm saying good luck to everybody. So I skipped it, and I'm sorry. We'll get right back to this. So there's a football player by the name of Alvin Kamara, and he plays football again.
I think he
Pro
plays for
football.
the
Is he for the
Saints,
Saints?
right?
Is he on the Saints? Yeah, he's on the
And I
Saints.
know the name Kamara is a very very popular West African name. It's sort of like Smith. You know what I'm saying? Like that sort of common. It's a Timony last name, very popular even in Sierra Leone. So this whole time I've been thinking this gentleman is Sierra Leonean and apparently he's Liberian, but I think he does play for the New Orleans Saints. Apparently he's nice too.
Yeah,
Shout
yeah,
out
it's
to him.
nice. So basically, he gets a DM from a high schooler, and the DM reads as such: "Good game, N word." And immediately he says, "If I snapshot this and send it to your head coach at Hoax, what happens?" He said, "My bad. I didn't think you'd actually receive these. I'm a huge fan. I have you every year in fantasy. He's put the laughing emoji. Said, I might just post this. Then Geigo says, "My bad, brother. I'm a huge fan. I love watching you play. I have liked you since
He started
you went
backpedaling.
He hit him with the
been
brother.
to
My bad,
Bama
brother.
that time. I don't care. Do you use that word at school?" Kid says, "Nah, it's not in my vocabulary. I don't know why I said it here." So then he says, "So they need to know is what you're telling me." No, man. Sorry, I shouldn't have said it. Now he then puts a caption that says, "When social media goes wrong," he asks the kid, and he asks the
Yep.
kids high
High
school,
school.
and he asks the
And the
kids
coach.
and the coach. I guess that's the coach, maybe.
I love it.
So the conversation continues, and he says,
Can you please delete this?
um, "Wait, where is it?" Okay, he says, "But after careful consideration, you have earned a roster spot on my team.
That's what the kid
Congratulations."
says to
That's what
Alvin.
the kid says to Alvin, and then Alvin
Alvin
um,
posted,
posts it,
post the
and he
whole
says
conversation.
the kid comes back maybe if 20 minutes later, and he says, "Hey man, I'm sorry. Can you delete this? I have learned my actions have consequences. I am getting harassed."
Alvin's answer to that, no.
That's what he said. He said
Yeah,
no.
Wow.
he said no.
Dope.
I love it. I fucking love it because
Yeah.
y'all motherfuckers, the Twitter fingers going wrong is a great example and a lesson for everyone to be had. You know what I'm saying? You're a high school kid. You're white. You're saying something on the internet because you think that a celebrity or an athlete that you probably even look up to and is black might not see it or can't be able to do anything about you saying the N word.
So
And
the kids at was D Hawkins 70.
okay.
Uh, obviously, it's been deleted at this point, right? He
Oh,
deleted
his
it.
Instagram, it's the whole thing is
Instagram
deleted.
account's been deleted, right? So
Uh-huh.
there's a woman with the Instagram account D. Hawkins 70.
Well, she's getting fried too.
Oh my goodness,
She
she
got nothing to
has
do with it. Is she white?
yes, she has
Oh, they
75
frying her.
comments on her Instagram, and the 75
Oh.
comments, everyone starts with "good game, nigga." And then there's people in the comments like,
Amazing.
this isn't him. This is somebody's mom." Yada yada yada.
That's amazing. She just got mad followers.
Dawn Foster. Oh yeah. She yeah, she looks like she said the N word too, respectfully.
Go ahead.
I'm telling you.
Respectfully, definitely, she does say it.
Yeah, she does.
Behind closed doors.
They were like wrong person.
I'm trying
He
to tell
goes,
you.
oops. Oops.
So then
Oh my
obviously,
god.
there's just these. The thing that happens is that if you, I don't know if you've ever been to a football game for real, but they really talk like that at football games. Like football games are insanely racist, and
Yeah. Yeah.
you have to have thick skin. You got to be there with a crowd of people. You really almost got to be ready to square up
Yeah.
at any moment because it could go down. You're gonna hear some of the wrong people say the wrong things.
I'm looking at
Uh,
these
You
comments.
see?
them crushing her.
Yeah. Man, everybody's like everybody's comes in with good game N word and one person goes, uh, this is the wrong guy. And the guy goes, where's he at? And the other person responds, bro went into internet witness protection. Yeah. Everybody is coming in with a good game, Edward. And one person is commenting on all of them. Wrong person. Do any of you motherfuckers read the comments
Nope.
before? No. Oh my god. But she's staying quiet. It's obvious that she knows what's going on. And she's like, I need to this person goes, bro, you picked the wrong username. Oh my god. One person just commented to the lady whose account everybody's posted at. It said, you poor soul. This is hilarious.
That's facts
Oh
though.
my god. Damn. D Hawkins, Don Foster Hawkins. I'm sorry this is happening to you, but Damn it. All right.
Yo, it is what it is, man. You got to be smart when you're out here in the internet streets.
Yeah.
Because if not, then that's what happens. I did see, I have seen the more Jordans leaking out. So I feel like on a week by week basis, there's more Jordan ones that are slowly creeping out. And again, it's between 500, 800,000 that I've
Oh,
been
you're
reading
saying
were
the
made.
Chicago ones?
Chicago ones, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I just saw my man, our guy D Perk.
D Park put them up,
I was like,
yeah.
D Perk got a pair. I was like, fam, what's going
This
on?
early? What's
You
going
don't have
on?
none yet?
I'm not. I don't have them,
Not yet.
but I'll be getting them definitely. That's one of my
Nevertheless,
prized pairs for the year.
yeah, I think everybody should be able to get a pair of these if they do the right thing.
Yeah,
But D Park having them just was like, oh, this is
yeah.
this is
Shout out
crazy.
to D Perk,
Shout out to
Broccoli
D
City as
Park.
well.
Yeah, Rocky City representative. And again, I don't really. I mean, there's a lot of there's a lot of Howard things going on this week. Shout out
Oh,
to my guy Chase B. He was in town Monday. We kicked it. OG Chase B.
oh,
Um,
he was playing out here.
there was a Jumpman Jordan event at Howard on Monday.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So there are a lot of Howard kids getting just Jordan doing her thing.
Yeah,
So Chase came in town for the day, man. We just kicked it. We ran it up at Late Diplomat. Me, him, and Pierre, and his manager Earl, and then I saw it looked cool. They had Jay Murphy on the mic. It was like a pep rally, basically. You know what I'm saying?
got it.
Sponsored by Jordan Jumpman. So
That's
it
Okay.
sick.
was dope, man. And I think Chase gonna be back out here this weekend. He said he's gonna pull up on us at
Did he go to
Big
Howard?
Chief.
yeah, yeah,
He did. He's a
yeah.
alum.
He's an
Yeah.
alum, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. So he's not even DJing out here this weekend. He's
Oh,
just
that's dope.
He
he's
just
just hanging out. Yeah, yeah, for sure.
I
So
mean, if you went to Howard, it's a and he's off that age where he's seen like the new version of homecoming, different from what we kind of experienced. And so, I mean, it's got to be special coming on back home to your old school and linking up with friends. It's more of a reunion than anything else.
hmm
for sure.
Um, but big sneakers dropped. Joe Fresh Goods, New Balances. Um, Dropped them on Instagram. I don't know if y'all were hip to that.
The blue
He,
ones?
no, he dropped all of them
Oh
on
wow.
Instagram, on the Instagram
Hot.
shore, on Instagram
Wow.
store.
You
Um,
copped all three?
so I
I need 6 pairs of each.
shout out to my brother Clark Kent, and he already grabbed me a whole set of the pink, green, and blue 993s that Joe Fresh Goods did. Um, amazing sneaker. They're all three are bangers. So another person I have notifications on Instagram turned on for is Joe, because either last release or two releases ago, he said something like he was like something's gonna happen on Instagram. He said something along those lines, right? And I was like, oh, this motherfucker's about to drop shit through the Instagram shopping
Alerts turned
feature.
on.
Yeah, so I turned alerts on all his posts and all his
Add your
Instagram.
card to it real quick.
Yeah, I added my card,
No
everything, and
doubt.
sure enough, so when he dropped these pairs, these 993s, I got the alert immediately.
So you got another set.
Well, I didn't go for the whole set. I went just for the pink pair. Um, checking out with Instagram is kind of funny because I think if you fuck around, it's like going on the Supreme app, right? Like you got to just know one thing that you want. At least Supreme app or Supreme store back in the day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you are online, you got to go after one thing and check out immediately. If you
Yeah.
start adding different things to the
It's a
cart,
wrap.
it's too late.
You're not gonna get any of them.
So I was just like, I really like the pink pair, and I was like, that's the one I'm gonna go for, and I already through an inside source knew that the other colors were gonna be a little bit more readily available. So I think they're gonna hit stores. So if I do want another pair, I'll be able to finesse a pair from a
But
store or
the
something like
pink
that.
is the rarest.
The pink one is Japan only.
Oh wow.
So I was like, let me grab another pink pair because
But
I'm
you could get
probably
the pink pair off his Instagram store.
Well, yeah, just for that day. That was it. It was gone.
Wow.
Then it sold out.
And then they're only going to be released in Japan to the
Yep.
public.
I think
Wow.
today or tomorrow, something like that.
Wow.
The other colors are going to hit stores. I think I just saw our friends at somewhere announcing that they're dropping the blue pair on Friday. I think Lapstone and Hammer is getting them. They're also dropping them. So yeah, a bunch of places are getting them. Listen, congratulations to Joe. He knocked this whole pack out of the park again, man. All three of these are fire, but that pink one and that green
How's
one
the
are
suede? Is it
special.
the long suede or short?
I haven't
It's like
seen. I mean,
regular New Balance
I haven't
suede.
seen. I haven't seen them in hand yet.
Mm.
But y'all might be getting them at Commonwealth too, actually, Rome.
Yeah, I can confirm that is a very strong possibility.
Yeah.
Word.
So
Some good things on the way at Commonwealth, man. I will say that uh, there's a bit of rejuvenation, and
okay.
there are some really great things on the way in the next 3 to 6 months. It should be really, really popping over there.
Hey,
No,
happy birthday to our guy, ugly ass Mike.
no
Oh
doubt.
yeah,
His birthday was
he's
yesterday.
22. At this point, we're gonna say, what is Abdul watching?
Um, Not a whole lot. I think I talked about sort of like a reality show based around soccer last week called All or Nothing. Um, and it's a show where it follows a soccer team every season, and just you get to do a little bit, find a little bit more insight as to it's like the hard knocks of soccer, but it's during the whole season. Um, and so I it was this year they followed my squad Arsenal. We're number one on top of the table right now. Um, a- and so I caught up on that, man. I watched the whole season on Amazon Prime, 8 episodes, and honestly, that's it. That's all. I finished that yesterday, so I haven't started any new shows yet or found any time to watch any more TV. So that was it. All or Nothing. It's on Amazon Prime. Go check it out. Koi G.
Yeah, there's still a bunch of albums that I need to finish listening to because I actually feel like there's a decent amount of rap out right now.
Hmm.
So the club's DJing is so much easier now than where it was 6 to 9 months ago. I've also been trying to get Isabella to listen to more Bad Bunny, just I don't want her to miss out on the vibes.
Be careful what you let her listen to, man.
Well, there's a
The,
clean
su-
version.
the subject matter is,
There's a clean version, so you know what I'm saying.
yeah,
I'm reading the lyrics beforehand. Like
yeah,
I'm
because
I'm looking at the
it's
translation. Yeah,
Bad
nah,
Bunny be going in.
he's crazy. He's
Yeah,
crazy with it. So you know what I
yeah,
mean. I'm trying to get her to listen to the surface level stuff.
yeah.
Because if not, we're over here just listening to Shaka Khan every day, which is great. But you know what I'm saying. I just wanted to have an understanding of where her people are, because my man's straight from the islands. She's straight from the island. It's a beautiful thing.
No doubt.
Um, Other than that, man, I mean, I'm sure there's music that I'm missing out on, but I've just been focused, man. End of the year, staying strong, getting his health back right. A lot of gigs. Gigs been good, man. I got some good stuff. Hopefully, we do Miami in a week. Um, we'll
Dope.
see what's good. Yeah, man. Episode 182. What's a podcast? Shout out to my guy. I was available. Hashtag She Were Eddie.
Peace, fellas.
Shout out to Don't Try to Do, aka SA.
Fuck Kanye
AKA
West.
essay.
Respect. DJ Jerome Baker the third. Do remember What's a Podcast live for our previous episodes. YouTube.com/What's a Podcast, where you are watching this right now. Go ahead, Abdul.
And please remember to subscribe to our podcast on Apple Podcast. Rate and comment, please. Take 2 seconds out of your time. Um,
No
just hit
doubt.
that 5-star button and just write a quick comment and let us know how amazing we are.
And if you live in Georgia, vote for Stacey Abrams and Warnock. We're out.
Yep.
Peace.
Peace.